Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It is, well, Red Beard. It is a damn fine day to talk about a book. And today we're here for a book review. We are going to talk about Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. I enjoyed this book, probably 3 to 3.5. Enjoyed it, but I'll tell you, the initial parts, the first 40 pages, maybe I was probably closer to 2 stars. I did not think I was going to like this, and then something flipped, and I enjoyed the second half of the book much more. The absurdity of it, the almost comedic horror. Well, yeah, not almost the comedic horror of it turned me around, and I really dug the second half and dug the story, and because of that, it's my second favorite Stephen Graham Jones book, even though I've only read 3 books. So I read The Only Good Indians, dug the hell out of it. I think 4 star, dug the hell out of it. I still can't look at like we have a lofty living room, like with a long hanging down ceiling fan. I can't look at that without thinking about that book. But anyway, really liked The Only Good Indians. Hate's a strong word, but I really disliked My Heart is a Chainsaw. Now, a lot of that is because we spent the entire book in a teenager's head. And I read somewhere, it might have been in the back of this, might have been in the acknowledgments, that Stephen Graham Jones has a knack for writing teenagers, for writing teenage angst. That might be true. I can't really speak on the knack part. What I will say is that I've got 2 teenagers. I feel like I kind of know a little bit about that. And it's not that this doesn't, like, the way he writes it doesn't come off as authentic. It might be more of I just don't want to be there, right? Like I just don't want to be in a teenager's head. I don't know. I mean, it's not his fault. I didn't read the synopsis before I read the book. But anyway, Night of the Mannequins. Mannequins are creepy as fuck. They always have been creepy. And so it really, the premise of it kind of pulled me in, the title alone. I would say that I'm not often pulled in by titles, but the idea of mannequin horror definitely piqued my interest. Maybe I'm not going to say that Jefferson Starship started playing. God, I'm dating myself here. Did you watch the movie Mannequin? I don't know that I've ever seen the movie, but there was like a summer hit by Jefferson Starship, and man, I can't even remember how it goes now. But I was gonna sing it for you, but I mean, not really, maybe. But anyway, so anyway, but yeah, mannequins are creepy. So synopsis, and then we'll talk some more. We thought we'd play a fun prank on her, and now most of us are dead. One last laugh for the summer as it winds down. One last prank just to scare a friend. Bringing a mannequin into a theater is just some harmless fun, right? Until he wakes up, until it starts killing. Luckily, Sawyer has a plan. He'll be a hero. He'll save everyone to the best of his ability. He'll kill as many people as he needs to so he can save the day. That's the thing about heroes. Sometimes you have to become a monster first. So look, I'm so happy that that synopsis gave us that much information, because that's the flip. And I did not really think that it was going to happen. I did not really think that our main character was going to start killing people in order to save them from what he perceives to be a threat from this mannequin. Um, yeah, I'm so glad the synopsis gave us that much information, because now I can talk about it on a limited level. So, um, group of friends. I think it's 3 guys, 2 girls. One of the girls works at the movie theater. She's been letting them sneak in the back door, whatnot. The movie theater's been cracking down. They're coming in like during the trailers or whatnot and checking everybody's ticket. Because they've had so many people sneaking their way in or whatever. So they decided it would be hilarious to, set a mannequin up like in the front row, and then freak them out when they come to try to check the ticket of this mannequin, in the low theater light and whatnot. So they do it. They sneak in. Um, they kind of, I think they get down front where no one can really see him. They put the mannequin together and sit him up. I don't know if they do it before anyone's in the theater. I can't really remember, but anyway, they set up a mannequin, and then they watch the film. And kind of like a funny side piece is that it's the third installment of some big superhero movie. So you're thinking Avengers, right? But anyway, so they set the mannequin up, and they're all sitting in the theater watching a film and waiting for the payoff. Again, the payoff doesn't come at the end of the film, but anyway, they're waiting for the payoff and for them to come check the tickets and whatnot. And to Sawyer anyway, our main character, the mannequin gets up and walks away. So he has it in his head. Okay, and then one of the friends. Okay, a lot of people die. It says right here. Now most of us are dead. One of the friends dies in an accident, in a freak accident. But in his mind, the mannequin's behind it. The mannequin, set the wheels in motion for this friend to die. Now, I would be tore up, man, if one of my closest friends died in an accident this way. Sawyer doesn't really spend much time on that at all. He just thinks the mannequin's behind it, and because of that, and again, it says it right here in the synopsis, but I didn't read the synopsis, and I did not think it was going to happen this way, and when it flipped, that's when I started liking the book. Sawyer decides he's going to kill his friends, all of them, because of the way the one died in an accident. A lot of her family was taken with her, and so he thinks that by killing his friends, he can save collateral damage. Now, how fucked up is that? That's pretty fucked up. So that's when I started liking the book. I mean, a guy loses his mind and believes the mannequin's going to kill his friends, so he's going to kill him first. Meanwhile, garden sheds are being broken into. Miracle Grow is disappearing. So in his mind, this mannequin is, Godzilla sized at this point. A couple streets over from him, a sinkhole opens up, like right in the middle of the road. Had to be the mannequin, right? Had to be his foot that made this car-sized hole in the ground. So, yeah, I mean, again, his deranged mind says that he needs to handle this business to save the families of his friends. I mean, not to mention I'll be the only one left of my friend group, but at least their families won't have to mourn them. And, we could just talk about this and just, decide as a group to do this and like maybe have a suicide pact, but it's so much better for the families if they think that their family member was murdered than that they decided to take their own life. So anyway, yeah, a lot of absurdity that I actually enjoyed. And so Christopher Golden says it's dark and twisted, funny, a little crazy, and unsettling as hell. Now, one thing I'll say, excuse me, is that there are things going on here during different scenes that appear to be the mannequin coming. Like things happening as part of this happens at a drive-in theater. Things happening, cars flying around and shit, and so while I fully believe and interpret it to be all that shit is actually in Sawyer's head, that none of that is really real. It's not super clear. It's not super clear that, again, that there's not a 25, 30 foot mannequin walking around. I think that that's the case, but I think you'll have to be the judge. Anyway, Night of the Mannequins, probably 3 to 3.5. But again, I didn't really dig. It's the teenage mind thing, man. For me, like the first parts of this came off as choppy, and but again, once the plot kind of shifted, I kind of got a little bit more engaged, and it flowed smoother for me the rest of the way through. But Night of the Mannequins, Stephen Graham Jones, again, my third read by him. I'll be reading more. This has been Well Red Beard. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are enjoying all your books as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.